This is Twit.
Let's start with Tastemade, which just not only launched an Android app, it previously had an iOS app, but got some new funding to grow the business.
Yeah, so they just raised $25 million, and they are releasing an Android app, and the community continues to grow. In many ways, from what I've read, Sarah, this is really like the Food Network, but in digital format. So it's also a community where people can come together and share their love of food. I mean, a great place for foodies to go. And we know how popular food is online. I believe that we talked recently about a Pinterest stat that came out that said that there are 100 million food-related boards just on Pinterest alone.
Oh my gosh.
So a pretty massive audience. I don't use this service at all, but I've read more and more about Tastemade recently, and it just makes me think that this is going to give some of the cable companies out there who run food networks on television a run for their money.
I actually read an article, I believe it was in the Los Angeles Times, something like that recently, and they were profiling I guess it was like the downtown LA, which used to be somewhat of a, sort of a ghost town as far as startups and businesses go. Kind of some of the new companies that were revitalizing that area of town, because Los Angeles is huge and really spread out. And Tastemade and their studio was one of those companies. And
oh, cool.
Yeah, and the reporter, it might have actually been a Recode article where one of their authors spent some time down in LA with a bunch of startups. But
okay.
She went to the Tastemade studio, and she was like, this was awesome. There were celebrities there, and not that that's what LA is all about, and not Tastemade either, but it was sort of this hive of activity, and they had these really neat sets, and I was like, wow, I had no idea it was such a big operation. It certainly sounds like there are other people with money that are interested in growing the model, but I love the idea of this, particularly because you and I have talked about how fun it would be to kind of merge food and technology in some show in the future. And this seems to be, it's not so much, Tastemade is much more about food than technology, but it's technology solutions for topics that really appeal to so many of us.
Yeah, I was just looking on their YouTube channel because I was trying to get a sense of how much their videos are viewed on a regular basis. I found one on YouTube called The Slacker Shake, and it says AKA best milkshake recipe ever. And just a simple little 36-second video about how to make a milkshake has 2.3 million views. So you can see.
That is amazing.
It's amazing, right?
What?
And it's all really well done. I mean, very high production values, very good little graphics, and you can really see how they've been able to capture an audience, and it's neat to see them grow into a pretty large community.
I think part of it is naming something good. For example, how to make the best milkshake ever. Oh my gosh, is that how you make it? Holy
ice cream
crap.
Sandwiches in the milkshake. Who would ever thought of that?
Oh, I want that so
Doesn't that
bad.
look good?
Oh my gosh. Holy cannoli. Anybody who's listening to the audio version of the show, you really need to either watch our show and watch the video, or go to the Tastemade channel on YouTube and find best milkshake ever.
Doesn't that look good?
Yeah, it really does.